Welcome back to the Virgo channel. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Laura. I'm going to do a general message for Virgo. Know that energy is fluid. Roles could be reversed. Interpret the message as it best resonates. Also know on this channel, I like to dive deep within the reading. So I do look at everything, but we do take time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, and see how they play it as karmic themes. This will allow you to see why everything's playing out the way that it is. And what you could do to shape shift the situation, because there's many different realities that play it at one time. Your level of consciousness depends on your core beliefs, and your core beliefs will determine what your behaviorisms are. So when we change the behaviorisms, we're able to actually change the karmic situation. At least we're able to avoid negative karmic retribution, right? Which is important when we're dealing with someone that has a lot of spiritual blocks. Now, anything of any importance or relevance to the channel, you can find in the description box below. If you are connected to a Gemini or a Scorpio, please do check out my other channels. Again, they should be in the description box. I really need to check. I'm a little all over the place. We are in the midst of a hurricane right now. And a few hours ago, it was supposedly a Cat 5. I think it dropped, but who knows? These things we never know. It's not even worth it to try and escape here right now because there are so many people that are stuck on the road. It's all of Florida that's getting hit. So where are you going to go? It's like might as well try to bunker down. And right now, it's not too bad being that my internet is working. So that's a positive. So just trying to stay present and grounded during times of turbulence. And that's really difficult, especially if you have gone through traumatic experiences, right? Because it could be a trigger. What happens with triggers? Triggers create behaviorisms. I happen to be good in stress type of situations. I'm not good with everyday situations, but I'm really good in times of crisis. It's a gift that I have. It's an ADHD gift. We're really good in times of that are tumultuous. But when it comes to everyday stuff, like if the internet wasn't to work or, if I forgot something minor, I would bug out. It's a weird paradoxical thing of ADHD. So right now I am not really freaked out too bad. When you hear the crazy, things that people think about the storm, well, then that's a whole other story in itself, right? All right. Now, if you want to enter into a free reading with me, you gotta like the video, subscribe to the channel, write the word of the video in your comment bar. The word of the video is always on the first card that I pull out, and it's the underlining energy that tells me why everyone's doing what they're doing. That's very, really important when we're looking at people that have spiritual blocks. And when we have shadows, we want to know what they are and how to integrate them so that we can become our best self, right? Because when we are whole, we are just in the energy of unconditional love. That's our energy. When we are balanced, when we are whole, that means we're not rejecting any part of ourselves. We don't have shadows, we don't have blocks where the shadows are parts of ourselves that we have detached from, disassociated from. So understand you're a mirror of whom what comes into your life. So understanding why certain things play out is really important for your healing so that you can actually change the dynamic, especially when you're stuck in a place of disempowerment. You keep dating like the same types of people. All right. So the word of the video is doubt. Doubt. I just feel like time is a ticking. I feel like, and I just feel like, that Steve Miller song, time keeps on ticking, ticking, ticking. Like I keep hearing like that, where you're connected to someone that as days go by that you don't talk to them, it's definitely weakening the connection where they feel like they doubt quite highly that you're going to take them back. And I feel like that needs to happen. Your person needs to come to a place of surrender. They weren't in surrender. They were like, again, like fighting you. I don't want to give in. I don't want to give in. I don't want to seem like the weak one. I don't want to give up all my rights. I don't want, this person has a lot of trauma around relationships. So any little thing, by the way, they look to like bail out of the connection. And so this person, like a lot of time has gone by, and what they're realizing, it's no longer a game, that you've disconnected, and that because it took so long for them to realize that you were not playing a game, that they doubt quite highly you're going to take them back. And I feel like that you've had plenty of time to reflect on this connection. And this person knows that they didn't treat you well. That's why they doubt quite highly. See, if they were in your life the whole time, that you wouldn't have had so much time to do reflection. Thing is, this person has had a lot of time to reflect too, and what they see is that they're really insecure. It's like you make them feel insecure, and you make them feel insecure because it's like nothing affects you. It seems like life is so easy for you, where I don't think that life is difficult. Like, I think that life is difficult for this person because they make it difficult. They think that life is so easy for you, where I feel like you just have a good support system, that you're not always trying to get over on people. This person is always trying to get over on people. They're always strategizing. They're always selfish, just thinking about themselves. So it's not so much that life is hard. People make life hard for this person because they're not fair. And they're not fair because they're insecure. So again, for a long time, this person was in denial. They were so busy trying to elevate themselves, trying to appear much stronger, much confident by not letting you in emotionally, that they weren't paying attention to the fact that at any given moment that you would detach. They weren't even looking at you as if you were a person. I feel like not until you really fully detached from this person did they realize that, there was a problem. It's like this person plays a lot of games. And for a long time, they were unwilling to face the truth about just themselves. They tend to only look at things from their limited perception, what works for them. And so they were always in search for someone else, you felt like. I mean, they wouldn't commit to you. It's like they would breadcrumb you and then take long periods of time of gaps in between where they were coming in and out of your life. But there was always a sense like you felt like this person didn't know what they wanted. Because again, clearly you're not giving me the time. You always seem to be looking for something else. So I feel like they didn't realize that you weren't always going to be there. There was a sense that they felt like you were always going to be there. And I don't know why. The only reason that I can think of why is just because that's what they're used to. They're used to dealing with people that are lower hanging fruit. I am walking home to you. I'm not sure where I am on the path, but I am walking home. When we ask where this person is, I've been learning about twin flames and it feels right to me. This person has realized that you're not coming back. I want to let my guard down with you, but fear makes me lash out in self-defense. So this person, I feel like they know that they're the ones that are going to cave to you. That's what that is. I'm walking home to you. They don't know when they're coming back, but they know that they can't shake you. That's really what it is. It's like this person feels like this connection is a divine union because they have no control over how they feel. This person normally doesn't care. They're here for a good time, not a long time. So the thing is, it's like when you disconnect, I feel like this person started to like talk to their friends, talk to family, maybe again, cousin, a stepsister, an aunt, whoever, about like spiritual connections. And I feel like this person got a different perception. They got a different perception from their limited view. And so what they're realizing is that they want to let you in, but they've learned how to not do that. They've learned how to be overly protective of their feelings, of their emotions, to not really, and I feel like speaking has hurt this person. Like people have used their words against them, have twisted their words. They're not good with words. They're not good being vulnerable. They're not good in being compassionate. It's almost like this person felt like they needed to wear this armor of no emotions when they were dealing with you. So really, it's not so much that I feel like they were in search for someone else. I just feel like this person wasn't comfortable, like in their body with you, that again, that you intimidated this person. When I let myself go deeper into thought of you, I can feel my heart opening. So this person again closed their heart down a long time ago in self-defense and in protecting themselves. The same divine energy flows in each of us. This energy is a catalyst to our reunion. We just need to allow this energy to work its magic. So it's almost like this person, because they were such like I want to say insecure, played a lot of games, wouldn't let you form an emotional connection, didn't want to have that type of relationship, that there's trust issues that you have with this person. This person doesn't know how to let their guard down to be vulnerable because they've gotten hurt. So like I feel like they're like this. So not until they learn how to relax. And unfortunately, I feel like this person had to ruin the connection 1,000%, like blown it to pieces for them to really look at the connection and really look and see what you meant to them. They weren't looking at that. They were too busy running around, playing games, living from their lower emotions, I'm going to say. I feel like I don't deserve your love. I'm worried you'll leave me when you see who I really am. So now we're going real deep, and you can see that it wasn't so much that they were in search for someone else. They were more in search of looking for something that was going to make them feel strong within themselves. This person, like I said, kind of needed to blow the connection to bits, like to completely flatten it. And that's what they did because they're in a place of doubt. But what we see here too is denial. This person, it has a very avoidant style where I don't think they've ever done any self-reflection. So this connection for this person is making them look with inside of themselves. So if there wasn't passion there, they didn't have the feelings, they wouldn't look and allow themselves to feel the insecurity. They wear a mask. So they're like, if I take the mask off and you see that, are you still going to like me? Are you still going to really want to be with me? Because I don't really like me. And the problem is this person doesn't know 100% who they are. When we detach and disassociate from ourselves, we're judging ourselves from our past experiences. We are not our past experiences. We are no more our past experiences than we are our possessions. And so that's what the problem is. This person, I feel like, has gone from one relationship into another relationship and has brought their baggage into every single relationship. And that baggage has accumulated so much that it's made them feel so insecure about themselves because they don't know who they are. And so to have you in their life, they're almost like afraid that they're going to fall prey to another codependent relationship. I need to be strong in who I am so I can merge my energy with yours in the 3D. I'm afraid I can lose myself in this relationship. And that's what I'm telling you, that this is what this person is in a state of healing. They wouldn't be volunteering to do this healing if it wasn't for you. Understand that. So, yes, I realized that the way that they acted towards you, Virgo, was not a very high vibration. They're insecure. But there's a knowing here, there's a wisdom here that means that the divine is involved. Because when we're talking about this knowledge, if you could see the sacred geometry, I really need to take that sticker off, but I'm afraid I'd rip the card. But you see the sacred geometry here, that's again of a higher consciousness. It's the language of the universe, and the universe is God. It's the energy that's inside of us. It's made of unconditional love. That's what the universe is. We wouldn't know what that energy is. So we have to embody it, and we have to live it, and we have to see. So because this person can't control the way that they feel, they know that this relationship is important. So they went around asking because they don't know. They're learning. They're learning, but they're also afraid because they know that they disrespected you, and they know that, again, now you don't trust them. And possibly you're afraid of, that they're going to be all like self-righteous when they come back, because that's how they dealt with you. So you're like not volunteering to go and talk to this person because you're like, you were a bogus asshole before. So I'm not going to talk to you. That's why this person's in a place of guilt. They needed to get to a place of guilt. This person never tended to look at anybody except for themselves. That's what insecure people do because they're coming from a place of survival. So they really couldn't see past their own nose. Understand, that's why anything you'd say, they would see it as criticism, and that they were always stubborn towards you, when in the midst, all that they were doing was creating a lot of illusions. They never thought that you were going to detach, that you were going to become intolerant of them because of the strong soul connection that twin flames have. They're very passionate. So this is where your person is at. They know they're coming back to you, but they don't know when. Their focus is more on their healing than it is with you right now, because they're afraid that they would just get into another relationship that looks the same as all those other relationships. They know that they need to be a different version of themselves. Now you may say, well, it's going to be a long time. Well, if it's a real twin flame soulmate relationship, guess what? It's divine time. That you don't have a say, this person doesn't have a say, is when the divine feels that both parties are ready. The divine has a hand in this connection. That's why this person can't walk away. They want to walk away. They wanted to walk away. They didn't want to be in a place of regret. They've been disassociated their entire life. And so it's easier for them not to feel their emotions. But now they're getting to a place of they're knowing that you're not coming back. So they're really impatient. They're becoming impatient because their anxiety, because again, they feel guilty, and there is this soul connection, and they feel horrible because they know that they acted like they didn't give a shit. They know what they did, but I don't think that they looked at what they did until, again, you separated from this person. That's what needed to happen. I'm just going to pull two to see again. Yeah, see, like they just feel like, you know, that there's a lot of mutual energy that you guys share, and that through you, that they're finding themselves, right? They're finding themselves. They're taking time out to find themselves. But it's really like the mutual like connection that you both have, which is unconditional love. It's just this person, like I said, has to clean up the big mess that they've created. And it's a hassle, but they have to. They know that they have to at this point. So they are coming back, but again, I would say divine time, because when it's a twin flame connection, that's what it is. And so we have to ask, what are you supposed to learn from this connection? What were you supposed to be doing during this time of separation? See, that's what it is with a soulmate twin flame relationship, that it's not, you're not always together. No, 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 no. The twin flame relationship is always you're apart and then you're together. You're apart and then you're together. And during those times that you're apart, you're working on yourselves. You're both working on yourselves. And then when you come together, what you're seeing is that unconditional love is able to go a little bit deeper each time because you've healed yourself. It's that, yes, this person is the catalyst for you to do healing. You are this person's catalyst for them to do their healing because there's passion. The passion is the fire, and the fire is what will transmute that negative energy. We're all alchemists of our own life, and fire, which is winds up being like anger and rage, that is held within that root chakra because of feelings of inadequacy, of feelings of not good enough, of feeling shamed or guilted. Again, where I would say this person holds on to a lot of guilt, a lot of shame, because that actually happened with, now they're reflecting back on you and they're triggered by it, triggered to the point that they're getting very impatient, knowing that time is running out, that they're like, they need to fix this, but they're in a place of healing right now, but they're making changes. So outdoors in nature, Spirit says number 1, 2, wonder, 3, dance. You know, all these cards are not bad cards. They're root chakra, rage. All right, except for that one. I lied. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are your inner child wounds, gifts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one more. Magic. See, like most of these cards are not bad. Like this person during your separation, your need to transmute rage. So again, held within the root chakra is where we hold on to anger. And that means we're not as grounded, we're not as present, we're not in the moment. That means that we usually have problems with the earth elements of the physical world, which would mean making money, which would mean not really knowing who you are. It's a grounding issue. But the problem is that when that root chakra is blocked, all the chakras become imbalances. And why we want to know that is that your chakras are your spiritual body that represents psychological and emotional aspects of yourself. So again, holding on to blocks within that root chakra means that you're disconnected and disassociated from yourself too, that there were parts of yourself that you were like, it's broken. And Spirit says, there's nothing broken. I don't make broken. It's impossible. Even Helen Keller had purpose, that again, that we're still talking about her to this day, that her family is still, I'm sure, getting a check cut because she created Braille, changed the lives, and will continue to change the lives of others till the end of time. Because again, she had purpose. If it wasn't for her path, if it wasn't for her having to need that. So what Spirit's saying, I never make broken. I never make broken. It's again, and only through your broken can I display my glory. Because again, Spirit works through us, right? God works through us. That love works through us when we give and receive of love through our gifts. So you found your gifts. You found your gifts so that you can again become more grounded. The outdoors and nature is grounded, connected to God, connected to the universe, because the universe is nature. What is sacred geometry? Sacred geometry is the language of the universe. We see it within plants, we see it within trees, again, everywhere in nature. And because nature is the universe, and the universe is God, and God is ubiquitous, and it has to be able to work through us so that we can give and receive of love, so that we are not in a place of rage, that we're in a place of unconditional love. But that can only happen when we're grounded. Then we can go with the flow and find the dance of life, right? We go with the flow. It's that we don't try and change it, that there's actually a rhythm, a dance that happens between you and the universe when you're co-creating, because you're giving and receiving of love. You're not in charge of who comes to you. You don't have to be. The universe always brings you what you need, because when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So Spirit says you have to relinquish control. And that's hard if you grew up in a place of survival. If you have rage and you're angry, it's again that you have imbalances, and imbalances that started within the family, your connection to, again, family. And that could just be, I inherited ancestral karma, which we all do, but sometimes our parents inherit those karmas where now they have addictions. Now they have, financial problems. Now they have horrific relationships, and they're caught up in their trauma. So as children, you didn't have a role model to watch. And so we mirror what our parents do and actually think. So in order for you to actually look and see that this person was making you feel like, again, not worthy, where you didn't tolerate it, you were like, I'm not tolerating this shit, and you cut it. It's like that person never expected that, trust me. But you poured into yourself, you found your magic, and Spirit says, yeah. So you can find the wonders within you, the wonders within life. What stirs up your soul? What are you passionate about? Where do you lose your time, your energy, your focus, and your money? Those are that if I was to see the magic, right, of a magician tarot card, well, that's what this would be. It's like Spirit saying you had all the time inside of you, but you never were grounded enough to again implement that. You didn't feel supported, you didn't feel loved, you didn't feel nurtured. And that's exactly what this person made you feel. So instead of you pitying, you did what you always do, which you've done since you were a little girl or boy. You said, I'm not tolerating this. And you got up and you changed it. And the Spirit says, bravo, you are able to do that now, because you're no longer in a place of survival. When we're in a place of rage and anger, we're actually conditioning our body to be in survival mode. And that is what shuts down the heart chakra. And that is what your person, again, it was mirroring to you, saying you aren't as angry outward. This person is angry outward. That's why they're healing. They don't want to be codependent. They don't want to continue the cycles that bind them to a place of disempowerment. And the only thing that would heal that is love, is unconditional love. And that's what Spirit says this relationship's about. Whether you're with this person or not, it wouldn't matter, because Spirit says, I don't care. I give you free will to do whatever you want. But guess what? You will learn that spiritual lesson. You will evolve into the highest state of consciousness to become unconditional love, so you can attract what you love, so you can become a magnet of what you love. Otherwise, there will always be karmic consequences, because I'm inside of you as the gift of Spirit. And that energy is unconditional love, and it must always stay that way. When we get out of balance, the universe says, well, I will always bring you something to show you. But when there's love and there's passion, well, that fire is what actually breaks through those blocks. So we leave it off with one last message, and the message is unconditional love, no shit. I just flipped over the thing, and that's what it is. My heart is free from resentment towards others. I open my eyes of my heart and discover the light and beauty in every being. I am aware that suffering can cause distress and hurt people. I see the pure child in everyone and practice forgiveness. So Spirit said, you got this person also to help you practice forgiveness and your person to practice forgiveness, because when you grow up in a family that we inherited these wounds, they didn't mean it, but we can hold on to resentment, say, you should have been there. You should have been a better parent. You should have given me that love. My life looks like this because of you. And Spirit says, no, it's like it not maybe a long time ago. Again, that was the situation, but it gave you gifts. It gave you gifts. Because a child that survives thrives through the imagination, through their creativity. But if you're all blocked up within the root chakra, you won't know it, and that rage was blocking you. So you felt the need to control everything, and not until you walked away and finally gave up. Well, then that's when you became grounded. That's when you found your magic. And that's when you were able to really find what stirs up your soul to become it. And that's how you became unconditional love. And that's how you will again make this person step up into their divine energy of unconditional love. Because that's all that the universe cares about. It doesn't really care whether you wind up with this person or not. It says the job was done. You evolved into what you were supposed to be. I'm going to leave that there, Virgo. You let me know how it goes, whether you resonated, and please pray for us because, hurricane is underway. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.